Just recently, Microsoft has released their own Linux distro that anyone can download and use. It's called Azure Linux, a free and open source Linux distribution for cloud native workloads. This basically means it's made for servers. But the recent version that they released is based on pretty popular Linux distribution called Fedora Linux. That means technically it is possible to turn this into a full-fledged Linux desktop operating system that normal user can use. By default, this doesn't come with any GUI. This is the official GitHub page for Azure Linux. If you scroll down, you'll find a ISO installer section. You just have to expand it, and here you'll see the link to download it. It's available for x86 and also for ARM64. Let's actually download it because I want to try this out. The ISO file is downloaded. I'm going to use the VMware workstation. Let's create a new virtual machine. We're going to select the Azure Linux 4 ISO file here. Here we're going to select the Linux and other Linux 6. I'm going to call it MS Linux. Let's give it 50 gigabytes of storage. Let's configure the hardware. Gonna give it like 8 gigabytes of RAM. We don't need that much of RAM. And let's also enable the 3D acceleration, and let's boot the Azure Linux 4. So it has the grub bootloader, just like every other Linux out there. You can install Azure Linux 4 or try Azure Linux 4 live. I'm just gonna install it and then we're gonna try this out. So we're gonna select that option and hit enter, and it will boot up just like every other Linux distro out there, except it doesn't have a graphical user interface out of the box. So installer will feel like a Arch Linux. Arch Linux also doesn't have a graphical user interface for installing it, but you can add the graphical user interface, but in here you cannot. So here it says to start the installer, run install-azl. So let's put that command there and launch the installer. Standard installation or encrypted disk. Let's do a standard installation. We're going to put 1 in there. Now it's going to start a actual installer. Now here you can see we have different options: language, time and date, installation source, software selection, root password, user creation. To begin the installation, we can press B, and then the actual installation will begin and it will get installed to the hard drive. We just need to configure the installation destination. So let's configure that first by entering 5, and then we need to select the disk. No, it didn't work. Why? Maybe first we need to create a user account and root password. So let's create that. So I'm going to create a username with KB here. Now we need to create a password. For that, I'm going to enter 5 here, and let's give it a password. Very strong one. The password you have provided is weak. Would you like to use it anyway? Yes. So password is set. Now let's continue. Oh wait, our system needs to support UEFI. It doesn't work on BIOS. Okay, let's check on the virtual machine settings, options, advanced. Yeah, it's using the BIOS by default, so we have to switch to the UEFI, and let's run this one more time and configure it, and it will work. Yes, I am 100% sure. Now look at that. We don't even have to configure the installation destination because it automatically does it for you. But if you want to have a custom installation destination, yeah, you can. So let's create a user again. Okay, the username is set to KB and password is also set. Let's enter C to continue. Now let's set the root password, or we don't need to actually create a root password, but if you want to, you can set the root password too. So now we just enter B here and hit enter, and it will start installing just like this. Easy peasy. At first it looks very complicated, but it's not that complicated. Everything is on the screen. You just have to read it, and just like that it says installation complete. Press enter to quit. Okay, and it will shut down and reboot, and it will reboot itself one more time after the first boot. I don't know why. I've never seen this behavior on other Linux. Once it boots, this is the Azure Linux. It has no GUI. Again, this is made for servers. So this is what the Linux made for servers looks like. Now, technically, we should be able to install graphical user interface into it, like install the desktop environment, because it is now based on Fedora, which is well-known distro. I've never used a distro like this. I've only used a distro with graphic user interface. So I don't know if I can turn this into a graphical user interface. I think this is going to be challenging for me to set up a GUI. And it says it is not intended to install a graphical user interface on Azure Linux 4. Microsoft specifically designed Azure Linux as a minimal Fedora-driven RPM-based distribution, optimized exclusively for cloud and server workloads. It ships without the package or display servers required to support desktop usage. Maybe a Linux expert can configure this and make this use graphical user interface, and I'm definitely not the one. Since Microsoft has released this publicly, ISO is available. You can download it and install it on virtual machine. Technically, it is also installable on a real hardware, which I don't recommend unless you're an expert. It's just my theory. Maybe Microsoft is cooking their own desktop environment or graphical user interface for this for public use. Slowly Linux is getting better and better. More and more people are starting to use it. Even I am actually trying out different Linux distro right now. I have already tried 3 Linux distros: Ubuntu, CachyOS, and Linux Mint, and I'm still exploring. First, I'm going to try out all the popular Linux distros, and then I'm going to choose one of them to daily drive on my PC. So maybe Microsoft is like, what if Linux somehow takes over the desktop market share? We should be prepared. And again, maybe they're cooking their own GUI and all that. It is possible. Who knows? That's it with this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or have any suggestions for me, you can always do the comment and we can have some chit chat in the comment section too. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and have fun. Bye bye.